Hello basses, here's a tutorial for you in the Hanukkah Scherzo. In general, when we're singing quietly, we're going to sing with a darker tone. I'd like you to begin, and I'd like you to write in these little things about tone, color, and character. So, breathy and secretive with a dark tone. Spin, spin, dreidel, dreidel, spin. Dreidel, dreidel, spin, spin, little dreidel, spin, and so forth. Notice how I did this. Spin, spin, little dreidel, spin. So elide the N over to the L. Spin, spin, little dreidel, and so forth. So that goes on for a long, long time. I remind myself here that you're still pianissimo. And you might warn yourself at the top of page 5 that you've got something, you're a little louder. I will cue you, but you're singing the same thing, but now you're louder. So I would bring the tone forward, and it should not be breathy now. Just continuing to be very rhythmic. You finally get something new here, so warn yourself, something new is coming at as you go to the bottom of page 7. And I mentioned this briefly on our first rehearsal. Like waves lapping gently in a little lake. So, light the candles, tell the story. You're mezzo piano, so you and the sopranos are the loudest thing on the page, but decrescendo, back up to mezzo piano, decrescendo, back up to mezzo piano, decrescendo, back up to mezzo piano, decrescendo, and simile. Keep that. Simile means in the same manner. Keep that going on the next page and at the bottom of page 7. No breath at the top of page 8. Crescendo and brighten. And as you get down to the bottom of page 8, I don't think you can see it. There's a staccato mark there. Tenuto accent, 8th note, 8th rest. Light the menorah. Very rhythmic. Now is the time of Hanukkah. No breath. And that same simile, that same articulation that you did over here. No breath to the top of the page. 8th note, 8th rest. Light the menorah. Same articulation as before. We're not going to shorten this like we did in measure 25. Carry it on over. And no breath here as we go to the bottom of the page. Light the menorah. I would make that short and that short. Light the menorah. No breath. 8 little candles shining bright. 8th note, 8th rest. Warn yourself that you've got to take over here. The sopranos and the altos and tenors are going to darken the tone and get quieter, but you're actually going to be fairly loud. You're mezzo forte. Light the menorah. 8th note, 8th rest. Make sure you command our attention. Sing out for Hanukkah, 8th note, 8th rest. No breath at the bottom of the page, 8th note, 8th rest. Back to your old friend. Spin, spin, dreidel, dreidel, spin. And that finishes out page 11. Page 12, you're up to mezzo forte. You were, what were you on the previous page? You were piano on the previous page. So now you're mezzo forte. So bring it out, but the sopranos have the dominant voice. And you continue along on page 13. Page 14, you're now forte. Warn yourself at the top of 13, you got something new coming, because now you have sing out for Hanukkah, or however that melody goes. I'm not finding the pitches, but take over, because you're double forte along with the altos. Sing out for Hanukkah. Is that right? I don't know. Don't have a piano right here. Eighth note, eighth rest, a little less. You're only forte, not double forte. Little dreidel spin this Hanukkah night. Very rhythmic. Now you're darkening to mezzo piano. But that means you're the loudest thing on the page here. Very secretive. That continues along on 15. Less sound and more rhythm here on page 15. Now you've gone from mezzo piano to piano. You continue on. Similarly, we're not going to have any retard, so just keep track of the beat. 2, 3, 4, and spin. A little decrescendo, but be right on time. There's no retard. Thank you.